I tried to go early, man, but wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me go early. They said you're going too early. You gotta wait. And I was like, it's only a couple of seconds, bro. Why y'all so mad? What's up, man? How's everybody? If there's anybody in here, reach out, say hello, leave me a comment so I know, because I don't see y'all, man. Maybe I'll let me know if y'all want to do this in Zoom, bro. It might be cool. We could, have have a little box. We could see each other, and I could see your studios. That might be cool, huh? I could see your studios. You can show me around, and if we're on Zoom, let me know, man. Maybe next week we'll do a Zoom sesh. Joanne's always here. Where is she? There she is. She's always here. She knows what's up. Cause I just saw her in another room. I said I'll see you on the TV, and she thought that was funny. But I guess I don't know. Anyway, here it is. It's 7:00 on a Sunday, and you gotta know. I'm asking you if you want to know where's your Pro Tools at? Where's your some people don't use Pro Tools. Where's your do you know where your microphones are? That's the question. There's a question. Do you know where your microphones are? I know where all mine are. They're actually right on the other side of this camera. There's a locker, and in the locker is I guess it's just an old chest of drawers, but the drawers are cool and they're all separated out. I got all my mics up in there, so I know where my mics are. I didn't really think about having a question for today, did I? Oh man, I got some cool stuff coming up. Oh, next week, bro, the masterclass next week. Don't forget, man. If y'all haven't signed up yet, go get signed up. I'll throw this in the chat. Let me throw this in the chat. And Joe, you're already hooked up, so Joe got it. Anybody watching a replay, man, if it's before October 11th, go sign up, man. You can sign up to the very last minute, basically, midnight before the day. I need to make sure that I got some stuff for you, so I need to make sure you're there. But it's gonna be cool, bro. It's gonna be a couple hours hanging out, kind of like this, kind of casual. But we're actually gonna. There's actually a thing we're gonna do. I'm gonna teach. I'm gonna share with you my my minimal mixing path, because it's cool. I've been seeing a lot of talk about that in the forums. I'm on a lot of different Facebook groups, and a couple of Reddit forums. Dude, I actually got banned from the Avid Reddit. They don't let me post. I can watch, I can look at stuff, but I can't post in there anymore. They got mad at me because I said something about Windows machines or something. I forget what it was. It got me banned, but apparently that was hate speech because I said something bad about a Windows machine. But whatever, bro. Buy a Mac. That's what I said. Somebody was having problems with the thing, and my answer was just buy a Mac, bro. You'd be all set. Apparently they didn't like that. They wanted me to help the guy out. I honestly, I got a I don't know if you can see it. You see the edge of it right there. There's a Samsung tablet. I use it sometimes, but bro, I have a hard time even getting around it. It's tough, man. That's a weird thing. Y'all on PCs, man. I ain't hating on you. I'm just saying I can't. I can't remember the last time we had a PC, or the last time I had a PC. Man, I really can't. Dude, what I read this week that AOL finally call it quits. They finally let it go. So anybody got an old AOL email address, you can't email no more because they're done. But that's probably the last time I was on a PC, man, when we were dealing with AOL. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Anybody on a PC right now? Because I'm not hating on a PC. I'm just saying, once I went to a Mac, I found it easier for me to deal with. When did I start? I started on, it was Apple's OS 9. It was actually before graphic based stuff, bro. I mean, there wasn't a lot of graphics. It wasn't like it is now, with the icons and all that stuff. It was weird. But Pro Tools, it was Pro Tools 3 and OS 9 on a Mac. I still have, no. Oh, shoot. I don't have that Mac anymore. We actually donated it. It was a old G4, and we actually donated it. Some guy took it, and he said he was going to refurb it, and that was cool. But we used to have a bunch of what do they call I know they call that now the new cheese graters, but they were the original the G5, big towers, man. They look like a big cheese grater. Shit, I think we had 5 of those that we donated to that guy. He was gonna fix them up and give them to a school or something, some kind of school deal, whatever. But you know, they weren't working. They didn't work with Pro Tools anymore, so we couldn't. We weren't using them. But I guess you could. I guess you could go back and use those. Whatever. Any questions, comments, or concerns from anybody? That's why I'm here on a Sunday, cause you know, otherwise I'd go do something else, man. You know, I like doing this. Sometimes it gets interesting, you know. Some dudes come hang out, or people come hang out. I don't want to, you know, assume that everybody's a guy, but you know, so there's that. But I've got some cool stuff coming up, man. I just did a thing today, and the video, the Pro Tools, the video for tomorrow is all about Pro Tools. So I'm starting a Pro Tools thing. So anybody interested in learning Pro Tools stuff, we're gonna hook you up. We got you covered. The next few weeks, going into the at least November, into November, we may go further. But I got some stuff lined up. Actually, do I have it? Let's see if I can bring it up. I'm keeping an eye on the chat in case somebody asks me something. In case somebody asks me a question. Y'all can ask me a question. Where is it? I got the next 5 YouTube videos covered. Tomorrow's video is about session setup. How to set up your session. Some people don't, believe it or not, some of us don't know how to set up a session. I mean, they get Pro Tools, they open it up, and they're like, what now? What do I do? So that's where I went. This is where I'm going. But these are like excerpts from I don't want to call it a course. Let's call it, I don't want to call it a course. I'm going to call it your Pro Tools learning path instead of a course. I don't really like the term course because that I don't know. It just feels weird, man. It's like, why would somebody pay me for a course? You know what I mean? Let's give you a path to go from not knowing what you're doing to knowing what you're doing. You know, so let's call it that. Let's rebrand it something different. But the Pro Tools learning path, we're going to start with Pro Tools foundations, like the very beginning. We're going to learn the essentials, navigating the interface, setting up the sessions, recording audio, MIDI, being organized in your files. Bro, that took me such a long time to learn, man. The file organization, organizing files and not losing stuff, bro. I mean, that was difficult, man. That took me a minute, but I got you. Because I've already made the mistakes, bro. I've already pissed off clients. You don't have to. I've already done it for you. So that's why we're going to call it a path, because I've already done it for you, man. I got you covered. But we're going to do the Pro Tools Foundations is going to be the first one. Then we're going to do a Pro Tools Intermediate, which is we're going to take the workflow a little further. Like we're going to deal with Elastic Audio and Beat Detective, automation, and busing and routing. Plugins, we're going to get into plugins in this one, and how to create rough mixes that sound great. So we're not gonna go too deep into mixing on that one, on the intermediate, but we are gonna jump in because I want to do an advanced path, and the advanced path is going to be a little bit more advanced in the mixing and using the automation in mixing. And then we're going to go into a thing, there's going to be a fourth one, I'm going to call it Pro Tools Professionals. This is going to be the ultimate level. Now, for this one, you should already be a little bit more proficient in your Pro Tools. So you'll be able to, you'll be ready to be a professional. Okay, but with this one, I want to bring in a little bit more. We're going to talk a little bit about Dolby Atmos and surround, not a lot, because that could be a whole different thing, which I'm not going to get into at this moment. Maybe next year, we'll see. Right now, if I need something done in Dolby Atmos, if a client comes to me and says he wants to do something in Atmos or surround, I can cover. I can cover surround. My console is set up for that right there. I can set up the subgroups on my console to be a surround. And we did that we did that all through starting in, I think we started that in 2020. We did about 60 episodes of a show called UFC Countdown, all through the COVID era. And we all that was done in surround. I didn't do anything. All I did was mix it in surround. I didn't do any editing or anything like that. All I had to do was mix the surround. I didn't do any sound effects or anything. This show, UFC Countdown, was played right before a big fight, a big UFC fight that was on pay-per-view or whatever. It kind of highlighted both the fighters, where they came from, how they did, whatever. All I did was a surround mix. It literally took 20 minutes. You know what I mean? So, because again, I had a template set up. Tomorrow's YouTube video is all about building a template too. So there's that. But and then also in the Pro Tools for Professionals, we're going to talk about businessy stuff as well. Like, we're going to dive into a little bit more about the foundation of how to get clients, how to bill clients, how to invoice clients, how to get paid, how to build a studio. Maybe we'll go there. Maybe I'll do a fifth one, bro, and we'll build a studio. I'll help you build a studio. We can maybe build like 3 different versions of a studio. Okay. And all these could be considered home studios. I'm not talking about either commercial or home. It doesn't matter. A studio is a studio, So, but we could do like a small studio. Like you only got, let's say, an Apollo Twin. You got 1 microphone, maybe 2 microphones. You're working on your laptop. You got some cool plugins. You don't have any outboard gear. You don't have a console, whatever. And then we'll step it up a little bit. Maybe get a little small console, that you can sum things through, like a summing mixer, And then maybe get a hardware. Maybe get an Avalon. It's on this side. Maybe get an Avalon channel strip, and we can incorporate that in there. And then we'll go big. We'll go big with the console, and the routing for it, because all the routings are different. All that's different. So yeah, that might be a cool one for a 5th. I might even add a 5th level to this learning path, if that sounds interesting. So obviously it wasn't interesting to that other dude, because he just left. You know what happens, man, is people see me because we're on Twitch and YouTube, and people see it on Twitch. They're like, oh, what's this? Is this guy playing a video game? Nah, bro. This ain't. I guess we could make a video game out of it. We could make a video game called Does Your Mix Suck? Yeah, no, we wouldn't do that. That would be mean. We can't be mean. We gotta be nice people. So, anything interesting happened this week to anyone? Joe, chime in here, Joe. Tell me about your week. How was your week, Joe? Did you do anything interesting, or did anything interesting happen that you want to share with the class, or not? Because tomorrow is it's October, so legally we can begin making red beans and rice tomorrow. So tomorrow is it's already set up, bro. I got the beans are soaking. I like to soak my beans overnight, so they're easier to cook with. They make them a little bit softer, so they're ready to go. But yeah, red beans and rice on Monday, bro. That's what we got going on for tomorrow, because tomorrow is laundry day here at my spot. So laundry day and red beans go together. And if y'all want to look that up, go look that up, because grandma always did it that way, and that's why we do it that way. So, but yeah, you can't really do that until October. Even though sometimes in some places in the country, the weather's not cooperating with your October. It's still hot. Today was nice here. It was not hot, but it wasn't not hot. Does that make sense? Yeah, I guess it does. Anyway, who we got, man? If anybody's in here, let me know where you're from in the chat. Just go ahead and chat. I know you can chat from Twitch. I'm not watching Twitch. I see all the chats though. I see the chats from YouTube, and I also see the chats from Twitch, because Joe does both. She's on Twitch and YouTube. So she's our moderator. So don't go screwing up, boys, because she'll jump on you. She'll get you. She'll pull it down right away. We've had that. We've actually had somebody come in I think they were from Twitch, and they were trying to spam on my chat, and Joe was quick to get rid of that guy. But yeah, we don't need that. There she is. Come join us on Twitch. There she is. Come join us on Twitch if you're over there too. There's the link. The link stays the same for Twitch, but it changes every week for YouTube. That's why I got to send an email out. Hopefully y'all got that email and you saw it. And because sometimes I heard they've been going to your spam folder, to your promotion folder, depending on how you have your Gmail set up. If you're on Google Mail or Gmail. So any interesting mixes come through this week? Anybody got anything they're working on they want to share with the rest of us? So what did I do? Oh, there's a guy I used to do a bunch of work with, man, and he called me. He called me, said, "Ah, man, he's got a gig for next week," and apparently he got busy all of a sudden. He called me a couple weeks ago, and he said he's complaining that he doesn't have any work, and I'm just like, bro, that's we're feast or famine over here. This is how it works. Some days the phone ain't ringing, and next day we're like, we're turning down work because we got too much. But he was complaining, and now he called me a couple days ago. He said, "Oh, bro, I'm so busy. I got too much stuff." He said, "I got a gig next Sunday, and I can't do it. Do you want it?" I said, "Oh, absolutely not. I just don't, man. I'm busy. I'm busy. I just can't. I can't do it." It was good money too. It was pretty good money, bro. But I can't. I don't want to do. I don't want to lift stuff and carry things, man. I don't want to drive somewhere and then have to put things. It's a live gig, so there's gonna be a band. There's gonna be, there's a mic. You gotta bring a console. You gotta bring amps and speakers and monitors and no, mic stands and cables. No, that's all right, bro. I got you. But the money was good, man. The money was almost good enough to go. Yeah, I could do that. But nah, I don't want to. I don't want to hang out with y'all, man. I don't want to be. Next Sunday. I can't do it because I got to hang out with y'all on Sunday. No, it's pretty funny. But yeah, that's how it works, man. We're feast or famine. Everybody knows that, unless y'all are weekend warriors. You're just doing weekend stuff. But I met with a friend of mine this week. We had lunch on Friday, and he just I'm not gonna tell you who he was touring with, but he was playing bass on a tour. He's a rock guy. He's a metal guy. And he was on a tour in, where'd they go? I think they went to San Francisco, Vancouver, LA, and Mexico City. And then they were supposed to do a European leg of the tour and then a South African leg of the tour. And so he told me the whole story about how it was working and, didn't really work out. It was like, poor planning on the gigs and the hotels and the travel. And yeah, man, I mean, I toured for a minute, and yeah, there were definitely some shitty tours, bro. It was definitely some crappy tours. But that's what we did, bro. That's the life we chose, and that was that was the way it was said. We chose this life, bro. So we gotta hang. We gotta do it. But yeah, that guy, he's a good buddy, man, and good guy. He's really talented musician, really talented producer, and hey, Stu, we got a new guy, Stuart Vick. He's close to Nashville. What do you mean close to Nashville? You in like the Franklin area, or we just did some work with a guy, and Joe, you remember where what's that guy's name? Ryan. You remember where he was? Was he in Franklin? I think he was in Franklin. Yeah, I think he was in Franklin. But we helped him set up a analog console in his studio. Good guy. He's a lot of fun to work with. But so what do you do, Stu? Musician, producer, engineer, studio builder, chiropractor? I don't know. You can list them off. Oh, you're in Kentucky, bro. Joe's from Kentucky. Joe, where in Kentucky, Stuart? Because my cousin Billy. He lives in Paducah. Now Joe gets mad at me about that, bro. But yeah, Joe spent her formative years in Kentucky, and so oh okay, I got you. Yeah. Now what is this cat? This guy we know in Nashville, and his kids live in Kentucky, and he goes up there to see his kids all the time. But his kids are grown, but but he goes up and hangs out with his kids. But he used to work for us down here in L.A. and then he moved to Nashville, and then he's been doing work. Who's he work for? I think he works for Big Tractor Records in Nashville. He's an A&R. Joe, you know where Lake Malone is? Oh, I should be putting these up there, but I forget. Big ass button right there, man. It says add comment, and I can do that. So Joe, you know where that's at? Joe might know where you're at, man. So Joe, where were you? Joe, were you in Paducah or was it Kentucky Lake? I think it's northern Kentucky though, right? Closer to Indiana. Lewisburg. Oh, there's that yellow button again. Stuart says Lewisburg. How'd you come? Did you just kind of fall into finding us over here hanging out on a Sunday, or how'd you do that, Stuart? Because are you on my list? Did you get my email? Said come on over. Oh, Joe says Lake Barkley. So Joe was near Lake Barkley. Okay. How'd you come to find us there, Stuart? Did you just kind of fall into it and go, oh, this might be cool. Let me check it out. So, oh, okay. All right. So Stuart is a producer, engineer, and studio owner. That's kind of what I do. I'm not an engineer. I'm not an engineer, bro. I just make it up. No, I'm not a musician. I don't play. I don't really play an instrument to play an instrument. Yeah, okay, I can play guitar. I got a couple of them hanging around. But yeah, I can play drums. I got a couple of them hanging around. But at the same time, I don't try to be a guitar player. I don't try to be a guitar player. Yeah, same thing, bro. This could be a home studio. It's the size of a home studio. But Joe said go check out ES Audio for more cool pics. But yeah, this is one of our studios. We have 3, and the other 2 are commercial. This is my room. This is where I work. I'm a producer, engineer, and a mixing engineer. I can master, but I usually, if I mix, I send it out. But I will take mastering gigs if it's somebody that I know. I'm not. I don't know. I don't charge a bunch for mastering, but because I don't consider myself a mastering engineer. My room's kind of not set up for that, so I don't. But I do mix. That's my main gig is mixing. But I do produce. We just finished a record in August. Yeah, I think the beginning of August we finished that record, and it still hasn't been released. I should reach out. Okay. Well, thanks, man. Said like my show. You're the only one, bro. I'm just kidding. It takes a minute to get used to this humor, to this awesomeness. It does take a minute. No, I'm kidding, bro. No, we just finished a record in August with a rock guy, and that was 13 songs. 13 songs. I produced the majority of it. Now as a producer, what we're talking about is like he would play a part, and I'd go, "No, bro, that doesn't sound right. Let's try something different." Or I would say, "Hey, I'm not digging the tone of this amp." Hey, here he is, his Warheart. I would tell him, "Hey, I'm not." Yeah, okay. I would tell the guy, I was like, "Yeah, I'm not really digging the sound of that amp, bro. Let's let's not use that pedal. Let's try a chorus pedal, or let me try adding some delay on it over here on this cool delay thing I got in my rack." And that's kind of the producer's hat that I wore with him. And also I was the recording engineer on the majority of on pretty much everything but the bass. The bass was done by a guy in St. Louis. So he was sending the tracks. We sent him what we wanted, and then he would send it back, and we had scratch bass tracks, and then he would send it back. We're on a Black Mountain Prophet project at the moment. Okay. Um, okay, sounds fun, man. Is it all live stuff, Stuart? It's all real music. I don't know. I call it real music, but is it like live drums, live guitars, things like that? That's where I enjoy my life, man. Is doing that stuff. You know what I mean? That's when it's fun, bro. When you're feeling it, and the drums are really working, and the drummer is like, oh, we found this kid, man. He's literally a kid. I think he's from Houston, Texas. What was his name? Um, God, Proffer. Yeah, Joe Proffer. I think it was Jim Proffer or Joe Proffer. But dude, this kid was so good. It was crazy. Awesome. Yeah, that's the fun stuff, Stuart, is when you're doing it live, man. Especially when your room sounds good, and the players are working, the players are feeling good, and they're vibing. My favorite thing to do, bro, is to we have one of the rooms is about I guess with the control room and the live room, it's about 800 square feet. It's not big, but it's not small. We can fit a whole band. My favorite thing to do is put the whole band in the room, let them play, turn off the click, let them play. I actually did one, man, where we actually didn't even have headphones, just let the band play their song, and I put mics, and that was probably one of the best. That was probably one of the better acoustic recordings, because it was an acoustic guitar, a dobro, and a vocal. That was pretty much it. It was God, it was a cover too. It was a Leonard Skinner cover. We did a this was shit years ago, man. It was the only authorized all female Leonard Skinner tribute band. They were called Lynette Skinner. And they did pretty much everything was done live. And then they came in and overdubbed the solos, the guitar solos, and some of the vocals. But pretty much everything was done live. Even the background vocals were done live. And the cool part about doing a cover record like that is, man, you already know what it's supposed to sound like. You already know what reverb you want to use on the snare, because how many times have you heard Sweet Home Alabama? You know what I mean? How many times have we heard Freebird? Dude, come on. We already know what that's. It's ingrained in the. It's built into the DNA, man. It's already soaked in. So I already know. Yeah, that was a fun record, man. But the Four Walls of Rayford, we did completely live and no headphones, just tracked it. Had a big ass room mic, and then everybody else was close mic'd, and then that was it. That was all there was to it, and it was a good record. I think you look it up. It's probably still on Spotify. What was Joe? You remember the name of that record? I know it was Lynette Skinner, but they had a couple albums. Joe, maybe Joe could look that up and remind me. I probably have a CD in the cabinet over here. What's a CD? When's the last time y'all burned a CD, man? I mean, seriously. It's been a minute, man. I can't remember the last time I burned a CD. We actually have a mastering CD thing right there in the rack. That Elisa's, the big Elisa's. Stuart says he built his studio here and you live upstairs. Okay, dude, come on, man. You live in the dream, bro. Come on, man. You live in everybody's dream. Seriously. Come on, man. And then you just take a walk and go fish. Joe, come on. Dude, that's absolutely the dream, man. I'm jealous, bro. I'm envious. Definitely envious, man. That is awesome. That's been the dream forever. Unfortunately I live in Los Angeles, and the fishing sucks here, bro. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm not from here. I'm from New Orleans, man. I'm from Louisiana. I say New Orleans because you don't know where Lafitte's at. But fishing was like ingrained. It's in the DNA too. But we're country, and that's what it is. All my family still lives there. Most of my family still lives there. But yeah, it was LA called my name, and I came out, and this is where my work was, and then I just ended up staying. So yeah, man. Stuart said, "Come on, yeah, that's it, bro. That's the dream." I say you got 14 acres. Come on, man. Joe, we're moving. Pack up. Joe's right in the other room. Her office is across the hall. So, and she moderates for me on these things. But yeah, and if you couldn't tell, we're that's the wifey. So I know she don't like me saying that, but that's what it is. But yeah, she should drop her stuff in the chat. But she's an actor, so being in LA is basically that's where it is. That's where it is. That's what we do. So well, yeah, stay away, man. You don't need to come here. Stuart said he'd never been here, but yeah, man. I mean, dude, get a next time you're nominated for a Grammy, come on out, man. We'll show you the town, show you around town. Nah, I don't go anywhere, man. I stay locked in this room mostly. I don't like people, so I don't go out there. But where did we go the other day? Oh, we went to. We live in Burbank, bro. We're in Burbank, so we went to downtown Burbank where it was Saturday, yesterday, and all the people were there. They had a market, where they had food and people selling candles and making jewelry and stuff. It was all right, but there was so many people, just too many people down there, man. I'd rather be out there just in one of the 14 acres, just sitting in a chair, doing nothing. Absolutely. And then you got the good bourbon there. I mean, come on, bro. Living the dream, my friend. That is awesome. So, but yeah, this record, man, that we did with the rock guy, that it hasn't been released yet. I know there was some things in the artist that personally with the artist, there was a couple of things that happened after we got done with the record. We're not friends or anything, but I see his Facebook posts and stuff. But we don't really hang out like that. But hopefully it'll get released by the end of the year. He wanted to start another record before the end of the year. So but he wanted to I wanted to wait until this one got released and see what kind of traction it got, and then start another one if he's a good guy to work with. He's a lot of fun to work with. Really knows his stuff. He's professional. Great guitar player, bro. I mean, one of his teachers was Randy Rhoads. So one of his guitar teachers was Randy Rhoads. So pretty badass guitar player himself. Really knows his stuff, man. He thinks ahead. I like that. He thinks ahead with what he's doing. He's like, well, if I play this little part, it's gonna fit perfectly when I add the other part next month. It's like one of those, man. He knows his stuff, man. He's pretty intellectual musically, which is cool. Like I said, I'm not really a musician, but I understand music. I know it. I know what it's supposed to feel like. I know what it's supposed to sound like. So if you can see my desk, I don't have a lot of speakers. I'm a NS10, NS10s and Oratones. That's all I have. There's a sub. I do mix some pop and sometimes some hip hop. I got one guy that calls me for hip hop mixes sometimes. But so I do have a sub down there, but I have a way to turn it off to not use it. It actually runs through one of my sub outputs on the console. The console's an Allen & Heath GS3000, and I got a laptop sitting there and another piece of gear sitting there. I don't really use the last 8 on there, so that's where I keep my laptop and stuff. So when I mix on the console, I only use 24 because I don't need more than that. I stem everything down if I have to, but I don't really do that. I kind of hybrid mix. I mix in the box. Some of my favorite reverbs are plugins, so I don't really mix. I do have some reverbs. Don't know if you can see them. There they are. The SPX 90s, bro, my favorites. My favorite for drums. So I got 3 of those down there. But yeah, um, got a lot of. There's a bunch of outboard gear. There's a bunch of compression, um, outboard compression. I like what I have. I got an old ass 1176 that I like. In this rack over here, there's an SSL Bus Plus, which is really cool. If you've ever had a chance to play with that one is really cool. It's a lot of fun. It's got a dynamic EQ on it, which I really enjoy using for vocals and master fader. So it really works well. It really gives it that SSL vibe, that SSL punch. So I'm kind of really happy with that purchase. That was one that I had to justify that purchase, you know, and because I had done another purchase earlier. When did we get that? I think we got that one earlier last year, the Bus Plus, 2024, and right before that, I bought this silly Tube Tech. Not a fan, bro. The CL1B. Not a fan of it. And I think the only reason I have it in my rack is because clients like to see it in my rack. You know, it's not. I don't really like it. I don't use it that much, so it's too slow for drums. It's okay on vocals, but I prefer 1176. That's just me. Dude, we got 5 people watching. I know there's that one guy on Twitch. Stuart's on YouTube. I get that one guy on Twitch, and he just comes over. He's like, "What's this guy doing?" You know what we used to do with Twitch, bro? We used to just turn it on and let it run, like all day. Just turn on a camera, put it on Twitch, and just let it run all day, man. And people would come in and watch. And I don't know, maybe they were waiting for something to happen. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Oh, Joe says Nashville is the East Coast of LA. Is the East Coast. Okay. Oh, okay. Stuart got an old GS3000. You're not using it? Oh, okay. I really like it, man. I really enjoy that console. I like the tube channels on it, man. Those of course, they're not stock tubes. I got some old, new old stock Telefunkens in there, man. And they're it does make a difference, in case you're wondering. But my GS3000 works really well. There's nothing really wrong with it. I heard there's a guy in Nashville that does mods on it though, so that is always in the back of my consciousness that one day I might send it out to Nashville to get it worked on. But work comes up and we got to do work, What other console do you use, Stuart? Use a different console, or do you have that? Is that your main one? So, or do you even have the GS3000 hooked up? Because I got, dude. If you're, if you want to hook it up, I got some patch bays and cables for sale from when we renovated, and so I'm just not using them. I got 3. I think they're the TT style, 96 points each, and then all the cabling that you might need to hook stuff up. Because they're all D-sub on the back. My patch bays are on this side. I always get the camera thing mixed up backwards. My patch bays are 1/4 inch on both sides. So I like those. I don't know. They've always been here. Even when we had the TTs, they were in the other room. So, okay. I like the Matrix, man. Who was it had? I think we knew a guy. I think Joe even knew him. Not Jim Leahy, but the other Leahy. He had an SSL Matrix for a minute, and it was cool. I liked how you could basically run your analog hardware through it. So the guy Tim, he never used it like that though. He didn't use it like that. He didn't use it for tracking, which I thought was weird, and then he didn't use it for mixing. What did he have for mixing? I think he mixed on a Toft design. It was weird. I didn't really like the Toft design because it was I don't know. It just for me, honestly, for me, the knobs were too close together. You know, it just wasn't. They tried to compact it down to make everything fit in a smaller footprint, and it just didn't work out for me, man. So I didn't really like mixing in that guy's room. But we have an Audient, and it's the 4816, and it's a small footprint. But dude, the pre's sound really good on that. You know, if you're a Neve fan, those sound really good. If you're a fan of the Neve vibe, those sound really good. I do have SSL channels again right here. There's two. That's the 500 series, but it's from the 4000, the 4K, and I got 2 channels of each, pre EQ and dynamics. So I use those a lot. I like those. I like SSL, but I also like Neve sound coming in. I like the Neve. So we got a lot of Neve preamps. There's 2 1081s. There's 2 1073s with EQ. So my 1081s are from 1972, and I've had those for a minute. God, we've had those for, wow. I think I bought those in 2000, 2001 maybe. Yeah. Stuart says he's using a mix of analog pre's. Yeah, I mean, just, you know, analog, bro. I mean, that's kind of where I'm seeing a lot of guys go back that way, you know. Even in the hip hop world, you know, I'm seeing a lot of the mixers go back to minimal and only using the tools that you need. I mean, why are you stacking? Okay. I'm like, yeah, okay, everybody knows. Stewart's got his APIs. I have two API 512Cs in my other rack, and I like them. They're okay, but they're not stereo. They're not the same. One's called the green board and the other one's called the blue board. And from what I understand, I'm not a geeky tech wizard with this stuff, but what I understand is that the green board has more gain on the input side, I think. I don't know, something about different on the input where it comes in. Not where the amplifier goes out, but where it comes in is different. That's why one's green and one's blue. So they're not identical. So can't use them for stereo. But whatever. You know. So but yeah, I still have those. Those are pretty cool. I had the EQ and I think we had the EQ in the dynamic section of that as well. There are 500 series. And I wasn't a fan of the dynamic, so I got rid of those. We might still have the EQs somewhere. I don't use them, but yeah, I took them out of the rack. I don't think I sold them. I might have sold them. But anyway, the APIs are great for guitar. I really enjoy those for guitar. But like I said, they're not stereo. But what I do with guitar, man, is I'll have multiple mics on the cabinet, and I route everything down through subgroups into one track. So I'll blend everything down. Even I might have 3 mics on a guitar cab, and I'll blend them down to one input into my DAW. So, are you a Pro Tools guy? Do you do Pro Tools? Or what DAW? You said Universal Audio. I see that. Okay. Yeah, I got there's the 21176 right there behind my shoulder. And then there's 2 of the regular 1176s. So we basically got 4 channels of 1176. Apparently the 2 1176 is the same circuit, exactly the same. It's just 2 of them in one box. So, and we've had that one. Shoot, I bought that in 2003. Yeah. So that's been there since 2003. Anyway, got a couple of people. Oh, Stewart's Mr. Pro Tools. So yeah, man. Yeah, I've always, like I said earlier, man, I started on Pro Tools 3. That's when I discovered Pro Tools, and been there ever since. I do have other DAWs, because I have Apollos. We have Universal Audio Apollos for conversion, and Luna works really well with that. So I do use Luna sometimes, but it's limited in the recording part of the world compared to Pro Tools. So one of the biggest limits on Luna is their all right, the Matrix is your studio interface. Absolutely. Why would you come down here to the Universal Audio, man? You get the Matrix. But now one of the biggest limitations on Luna is that the click, the metronome, can only go. You can't route it to another channel. It can only go out 1 and 2. Like in Pro Tools, man, you could take your click and send it wherever you want, you know. So I need to send my click out a channel that I send straight to my headphones for my artist. I don't need to hear a click, you know, or if I do, I have it on a fader. I can bring it up. But Luna, it's only on 1 and 2. Yeah, there's a workaround where you can do you can build a MIDI channel, put a MIDI interface, put a MIDI instrument on there, make it sound like a click, make it sound like a cowbell or whatever, and send that out, whatever. It seems like a lot of work. I don't want to do it, so I'm just going to not do that. I'm not going to track in Luna. I got a buddy in Las Vegas, man. He's got a studio in Las Vegas. He's got his home studio in Las Vegas, and he still is. He's the guitar player for Fishbone. His name's Jeffrey Kraft, and dude, he's all about Luna. He tracks in Luna, he mixes in Luna, everything's Luna, and he's good at it, man. His stuff works great. He does a lot of work, you know, and it sounds amazing. He's a great mix guy, really good guitar player. I don't know if you're familiar with Fishbone, not Fish, but Fishbone. And he's the only white guy in the band, and he's probably he's the funkiest individual there. Tell you that. Cool guy. But yeah, he's all about Luna, man. But I just couldn't. I can't do it. There was another limitation I found. If you're a Pro Tools guy and you like using folders, Luna doesn't have that yet. I'm sure it's coming there because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses of Avid, and so probably have some of that going on shortly. But there's a workaround for that as well. You can make your groups. Cayman, let's see. Stuart says he's not much a fan of UA interface. Didn't work for me. I got the Matrix. Okay. No, I'm not mad at you, man. It's just you know. Let's see. We got Cayman Hanley's hanging out with us today, and he says, "What would you recommend for someone looking to become a sound designer based in Atlanta? Finally got to hop on one of these." Well, thank you for showing up, man. God, man, what do I have to do? I gotta come over, make you come in? I'm just playing with you, man. No, look, to add that comment back, for becoming a sound designer, bro, you gotta first of all have a reel, make one. If you're just getting in, okay. Cayman says, dude, you're my ideal customer right now. You're my ideal client right now, let me tell you. He went to school for public relations and took a course in music theory his senior year. Perfect. Man, if you want to get into sound design, you're talking about for post-production for film and TV, you got to have a reel. What I would do is I would find a, not necessarily a popular movie. Let's say you take something like the movie with Bruce Willis called Fifth Element, and you take a scene from that, right, and bring it into a Pro Tools session and redo the sound design on your own. Don't use the sound design that they used. Use completely different stuff. See, now, there you go, Joe. You need to catch that one. I'm not even going to put that on the screen for these people, but I know they can see it in the chat, you know. See, y'all come in and you try to get my people to buy stuff. Nobody cares about streamboo.com, bro. Seriously. Get out of here. Joe, if you wouldn't mind banning that guy for me, that'd be great. Oh, you know what? I think I can do it right here. I can ban him. I got you. Man, I'm quick. I got you, man. I didn't realize there was a ban button right there, man. That's awesome. I can be my own moderator. Back to Cayman and his is wanting to become a sound designer. Now, there's also a thing you could do, man. I mean, don't limit yourself just to post-production TV and film. You can also do a thing, which I actually do as well, man. I do voiceover demos for clients. I know in Atlanta, there's a ton of oh, it came from Twitch. She said, okay. I banned him. He can't come back. He's done. But dude, in Atlanta, there's tons of people that want to be voice actors, you know, because voice actors get hired to do radio commercials. They get hired to do TV commercials. They get hired to do, bro. They get hired to do, and we've actually done this. They can get hired to do on hold messaging. Believe it or not, that's a profession. And ask Joe, she's done it. And I recorded it for her. It's like when you call somebody, let's say you call, I don't know, Home Depot, right? And they put you on hold. And then you hear somebody say, and this week's special, we've got caulk on sale. And you'll find the caulk in white and brown and yellow, and you can find it on aisle 22 when you come to the Home Depot. It's only $12.99. Come on over. That's a voice actor, bro. And they need somebody to help build their demo so they can go get voice acting work. And to build a voiceover demo, it's so easy, man. It's literally so easy. You have to have access to a sound effects library, which we use Envato, Envato. You can just go do a Google search for Envato. We pay for it, so we get the premium sound effects and stuff. You can do it for free. There's a free thing you can do, but you're kind of limited on the sound effects you get. But bro, all you got to do is record the voice. You could even have ChatGPT make you a script for a Ford truck commercial. Tell Chat that you need a script for a Ford truck commercial that's 30 seconds, right? And you get the whole script, and then sorry, I hit the mic. And then you could have your artist record that, right? And then you edit it up for time. And then you add the sound effects, you add some music, and you make it sound like it was an actual radio commercial. That's the trick. You have, as a sound designer, have to make it sound like it was an actual commercial, even though it's just a demo. And then you get like 5 or 6 of these together, and you got to edit them down so that everything runs within like a minute and 10 or a minute and 20. Try not to go over a minute 25 for a voiceover demo. And then you give that to your client, you sell that to your client. Your client got to pay you, and then they use that to go get voice acting gigs. And bro, I mean, I charge $400 for a voiceover demo, and it literally can take me an afternoon to do, like 3 hours. I could do 3 of those a day, you know, and they're so easy and simple. And yeah, you're going to use Envato because Envato's got that, it's got music, it's got sound effects. It's got royalty-free stuff that, you're not going to have to pay royalties on. That's what it's for, because you're paying for it. It's a sound effects library and a music library that you're going to pay for. And it's not that expensive. I think it's $120 a year, $12 a month, something like that. But yeah, man. But we're doing sound design for film and TV. You're going to want a reel. So I would basically take some pieces of movies that you like and add sound effects, add music, and mix it, make it sound awesome. And there's your reel. You can't really put that out on YouTube or anything because you're taking a piece of a movie that's copyrighted, and be careful with that. But you could send it to people. You could throw it up on your Google Drive and give people access to it. Or make it a private. You can make it a private YouTube. Where the public can't see it, and then just refer people to that. Say, hey man, here's some stuff that I've been working on. Let me know what you think. Like, if you need anything, hit me up. I'm right here. Man, y'all got what's that guy's name? Jordan Peele? Is that guy's name? He's in Atlanta, right? He built a bunch of like TV studios or movie studios and stuff there. Is it Jordan Peele? Joe, is that right? Am I thinking of the right name? I don't know. Who was the guy that did oh shoot. Now I'm lost. I forgot. Oh, Medea. Did all the Medea movies. That guy. Is he in Atlanta? I think he's in Atlanta, man. Yeah, reach out. Reach out. There here in Los Angeles, man. We have a thing called Music Connection magazine, and they have. I know you can go to musicconnection.com, and they have lists of people who hire sound designers, and I mean, the list is there. You can go get. Yeah, yeah, I'm thinking of Medea. You can go get. Is that Jordan Peele? Is that guy's name? Joe? Am I thinking of the right guy? But at musicconnection.com, you can get these lists that have the people's names, their emails, their phone numbers, and they also say if they take unsolicited resumes. Dude, we get resumes all the time from sound designers, from musicians, from people wanting to be engineers. We get sent stuff all the time, pretty much daily. Going, hey, you got any openings over there? It's like, yeah, no, yes and no, But bro, Atlanta, man, that's the next hub. I mean, there's even I would even put that above New York. I would say I would say right now it's Los Angeles, Nashville, Atlanta, then New York. But y'all got good work over there, man. Y'all stole some of the artists I used to work with. Yeah, all right. Trinidad James, bro, he moved to Atlanta. Haven't seen that guy in a minute. I did a lot of work with that guy. Right after he left his label, he needed a place to go, so he was hanging out with us for a long time. And then he hit, he had a hit, and then it went to he moved to Atlanta. So that's how it works, man. You get a hit song and you buy your mama a house. Yep. So yeah. So hey man, Cayman, if you do need any help, bro, I'm here to help out. So can I throw my email in there? I don't have my email. Dude, I don't have my email. I can throw it up on the screen. If you need anything, info@learnprorecording.com, bro. Just hit me up, man. I'm here for you. I got a ton of free stuff I can share with you. I got a ton of paid stuff I can share with you. We do have this coming up, which you might want to check out. It's affordable. It's the Minimal Mixing Masterclass. I put the link in the chat for you. Go check that out, man. It's only, you can get in for literally $47. I would suggest, and this is just a suggestion from me to you, pay the extra $50 and do the VIP. Because the VIP, you're gonna get personal coaching from me for at least an hour. Probably gonna go longer because this is what I love to do, man. I love helping out. This will be personal coaching where it'll be on a Zoom, and you can ask me questions, and I can answer those questions. I can share with you stuff that I know, and this is the thing, man. I've already been where you want to go, so I'm here to. That's why I'm calling it your Pro Tools learning path. I have already done it, so I am opening the path for you to come and join me, because I've already been there, bro. I've already made the mistakes. I've already screwed up. I've already lost the client's files and had to give them free sessions to rebuild everything because I screwed up and I lost the files. I had a hard drive failure. Whatever it was on me. So I've already screwed up, and I'm going to share with you how to not screw up. So your career path will go a lot faster than mine did. Okay? And let's get you to where you need to be quicker, because I've already gone there. I'm already there. I've been there. So I've been there for a minute. I've been doing this for, God, let's say, I've been doing this for at least, I want to say 40 years. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy to even think about. My family, I'm on a Facebook group with my family, right? And cousins and aunts and uncles, stuff like that. You know what I'm telling you. All y'all have that, right? So, but my one cousin posted this picture, and it was a bunch of us, man, a bunch of us cousins. It was my grandpa's birthday. It was Papa's birthday, and we were all at Papa's house, and a bunch of the cousins were there, right? So she posts this picture up in the group, and Cindy's going, "Oh, I remember that. That was like, look at me, and that's Karen right next to me, and there's Donnie, and then look at little Robert, little Robert always making that face," and I'm thinking, bro, that was that was like 50 years ago, bruh. And so I posted in the group. I said, damn, that was like 22 years ago, man. How time flies, right? And all my cousins were like, dude, what is wrong with you? That was 54 years ago. I was like, dude, man, that was, yeah, I knew how old it was. I know how old it was, you know, but I was just joking with them, and they jumped on me, bro. They were like, no, that was 54 years ago. Cause little Mikey just turned 58 and he was 4 in this picture. I'm like, all right, just y'all relax, man. I was trying to be funny, but y'all didn't want none of that. So yeah, it's funny. Anyway, we gotta go, cause we gotta go. Anybody got any last comments or questions, or anybody want to know anything other than how old that picture was that my cousin sent me? That's funny. See, this goes off on all kind of tangents, man. We could go talk about anything except there's 2 things we don't talk about. We don't talk about religion, and we don't talk about politics. We keep that out of here. That's not for us. That's for another. Go on Reddit. You want to watch that stuff. But yeah. So look, we're gonna get up out of here. I gotta go eat. I'm hungry. We still gotta go. I gotta go wash the car. I know it's not. It's almost 8 o'clock at night. I gotta go wash the damn car because I forgot. I didn't do it today. So I gotta go do that. Anyway, we're good up out of here. Hey man, today was fun, bro. We had a lot of people show up. Had a lot of interaction in the chat. I love when that happens. Y'all come back next Sunday. Cayman, go get on my list if you haven't. Go to learnprorecording.com. Do I have that? Look, go get this. I'll put this in the chat for you, man. Go check that out. It's a quick course called the Audio Business Building Academy mini course. Go grab it, bro. Super cheap, and it'll put you on my list, so you'll get these emails from when we go live, from when we do other things. My Monday YouTube video is coming out tomorrow. It's all about Pro Tools. We're gonna start jumping into Pro Tools. So if you need to know stuff about Pro Tools, bro, I got you. We're gonna do that. Joe said, let's get out of here. So we're gonna go. There it is. See, it's the hand pink waving. So Joe said we gotta go. We'll see y'all next week. Thanks for hanging out. Donny B, I'm out.